People love the long shots, people love the good passing, people love the fire.
Caitlin Clark might just be the most talked about athlete in the country right now. If you're curious how she fuels her fire on the court, look no further. The ESPN Plus series Full Court Press debuted at the beginning of the 2024 WNBA season, coinciding with Clark's professional debut with the Indiana Fever. The series documented the day-to-day lives of 3 women's basketball superstars across several months, particularly Clark during the preseason for her senior year at the University of Iowa, the season, the NCAA tournament, and off-court life. Throughout the making of Full Court Press, producer Hannah Baer maintained daily contact with Clark. On filming days, she even volunteered to provide Clark's breakfast, which evolved into a routine favor. Throughout the 2024 season, Baer typically brought Clark a fast food-style bacon, egg, and cheese breakfast sandwich, along with an elaborate coffee drink, usually an iced macchiato with vanilla sweet cream cold foam. Full Court Press director Kristen Lopez told Forbes, "It is the most classic college breakfast order." Yes, Caitlin Clark is an athlete, but she was also a recent college student, so she could actually handle a fast food breakfast without consequence. Playing in a high-level college or professional basketball game, particularly if you're a team leader or under the pressure of being a superstar, requires a lot of energy.
Hardest part about being Caitlin Clark, having to feel like you're always on.
That means a high intake of calories. As such, Clark loads up on carbohydrates and quick-acting sugars just before the start of a game to help ensure solid first-half play. At halftime, Clark takes in even more carbohydrates to keep going through the rest of the game. So it's no surprise that, at a preseason game in Dallas, Clark was seen with Honey Stinger Energy Chews. These are fruit-flavored nuggets that are not all that different from candy, but have a little more nutritional value. Apart from being a source of sugary calories, they're enhanced with vitamin C and made with real honey. During her college ball days at the University of Iowa, Clark was spotted grabbing a fast calorie and energy boost with a serving of utensil-free applesauce. She would eat different kinds, but her preferred brand and variety seems to have been a standard apple flavor of tubed Go-Go Squeeze, marketed generally as a kid's lunchbox side item, but clearly more than good enough to fuel a top athlete. Following a typical college basketball game, which for Caitlin Clark typically meant scoring around 28 points, the superstar was understandably pretty hungry. Her favorite post-game meal would be a carbohydrate-loaded, fat-laden calorie bomb for the average diner, but not for one of the world's top athletes. When asked about her favorite thing to eat after a game while she was working to recover her energy, Clark didn't hesitate to name 3 of her most reliable choices:
Chicken parm, pasta, and a big glass of chocolate milk.
Why not add some sugar to all those carbohydrates and all that dairy too? While playing for Iowa, Clark also looked forward to a serving of warm chocolate chip cookies after a game. Even better, these had been baked at home and brought to the game by her mother, for both Clark and her teammates to enjoy. Caitlin Clark grew up in West Des Moines, Iowa, and then moved across the state to Iowa City to play for the Iowa Hawkeyes. Despite that distance, she could rely on the supermarket she grew up with, Hy-Vee. The chain has dozens of stores across Iowa and throughout the Midwest. Over the years, Clark has grown to love the chain's in-house hot Chinese-American bar selections and its variety of baked goods. In a 2022 TikTok video, Clark described her affinity for Hy-Vee's high chai entrees. After she tucked into a dish of vegetable lo mein noodles, she said,
"You can't go wrong with any sort of high chai. My favorite's definitely broccoli beef, that's what I get."
She also lauded the chain's egg rolls, deeming them to be her Chinese appetizer preference, edging out crab rangoon. While sampling a Hy-Vee chocolate-covered old-fashioned donut, Clark fondly recalled a Saturday morning ritual of her youth when she'd get to grab her favorite treat, a chocolate long john from the store's bakery.
Chocolate makes everything better.
Clark is such a Hy-Vee fan that in 2024, she launched a limited edition cereal stocked exclusively by the supermarket chain. Caitlin's Crunch Time consists of frosted flakes made from corn and barley. Profits from sales of the cereal go to the nonprofit Caitlin Clark Foundation, which focuses on a variety of youth-centered causes in educational support, nutrition, and sports opportunities. Unfortunately, Hy-Vee doesn't have any locations in Indiana, so Clark will have to drive back home to Iowa or pop over to Illinois to get her favorites from the chain during the WNBA season. What most Americans eat on Thanksgiving is not part of their daily diet. It's a special annual occasion centered on gorging oneself on food after all, so cranberry sauce is not something many folks are going to be eating most days. That said, we've all got opinions about what should and shouldn't be on the table on Turkey Day, and Caitlin Clark does too. Clark has some definite favorites, she said in an Iowa Hawkeyes team video.
The best is mashed potatoes and gravy, and then you just pour so much gravy on it that it overflows onto your entire plate, and you just have a pool of gravy on your plate.
On the other side of the spectrum, Clark doesn't dig swapping out a holiday turkey with an alternative. She went so far as to declare ham scary and gross, before adding that she's also not particularly a fan of cranberry sauce either.